So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys exactly how I get businesses to pay me anywhere from $3,000 all the way to $20,000 a month for my services. And more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how you too can do the same today. Now, in this video, I'm going to share with you guys specifically how I'm able to do this as a growth partner, which essentially is a marketing agency. The only difference is that you are a strategic partner rather than just someone who simply runs ads for a business. So what we'll cover in this video, number one, is what makes this business halal, because I assume most of you guys watching this video are Muslims who want to start a halal online business. So we're going to go over exactly what actually makes this business halal. We'll go over the exact business model as a growth partner versus your traditional SMMA. We'll go over the types of clients that I work with, my exact niche, working specifically with Arab/Muslim, e-commerce, and information product niche. We'll cover exactly why you should have a specific niche, a specific group of people within the marketplace that you help versus working with anyone and everyone that comes your way. We'll go ahead and give you a step-by-step on exactly how I'm able to generate these business sales, which basically covers my service offering plus contractor arbitrage. In other words, I don't deliver the services myself. I act just as a business owner managing the entire operations and sales, and then I have a team that's able to fulfill all of these services. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and cover exactly how you too can get started with this business model today. So I hope you block off the next few minutes and watch this video in its entirety, because I'm going to peel back the curtain and show you exactly what I have been doing since 2018, which has afforded me not only the ability to take care of myself and my family, but also give me location freedom and time freedom. For the last 4 years, I've been living here in Egypt, and essentially not having to work a 9-to-5, being able to make an income from wherever I am in the world. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you watch this video in its entirety. Now, before we dive into the meat of this video, I want to go over why exactly did I record this video. Well, the objective is really to give you guys a behind the scenes view of what it looks like to actually run a marketing agency as a growth partner, but more specifically, someone who works with Arab/Muslim brands. I also recorded this video because perhaps it might inspire you, one of you guys watching this video, to start your own marketing agency and create a better life for you, yourself, and your family. And lastly, I recorded this video to really demonstrate to the brothers who actually inquire about joining our mentorship program that I genuinely live by these principles that I teach, and to give you guys a back-end view of everything that I have been practicing since 2018, and that I'm just not like these other so-called gurus who will simply show you screenshots and show you or tell you that they're doing these things, when in reality, all the income that they are making is from teaching other people how to do the very thing that they have never done. Okay, before I started teaching this in December of 2023, I've already been doing this since 2018. So before I decided to build a personal brand and start teaching brothers like yourself exactly how to do this business, I already had many years under my belt. And really the point of this video is not to just give you guys everything that I mentioned here, but to also differentiate myself from these other so-called gurus, because having been in this space now for a year and a half, I can tell you the coaching space is so flawed. It is so dishonest. It is people that go through a course and then end up teaching others that very thing that they've never done. Rather, they just went through a course and basically recycling information. And look, there's nothing wrong with selling courses. My issue is if you are going to pitch people how to make money online, don't be dishonest and tell them that you have been doing this. Just be honest with them and say that you've never done this and maybe you're just better at teaching it rather than doing it yourself. So essentially what I'm saying is do as I do, not what I say. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and dive into this video. First thing is, what makes this business halal? Well, for starters, we get to choose our clients. We get to choose exactly who we want to work with. We get to pick and choose exactly who we want to work with. And simply put, if we get a client like someone who sells things that are prohibited in Islam, we simply can decline working with them. Now, a perfect example of this is actually a couple years ago. I was working with a modest fashion brand, and they referred us a brand that sells lingeries. All right, it was like her best friend, and she referred us this brand that sells lingeries. And we turned this brand down despite them being close to a $25,000 a month client, because the way we price our services is we charge a monthly fee plus a percentage of revenue. And already at the time, they were doing $250,000 just from Facebook ads. So if we came in charging 7.5, you could imagine how much our monthly retainer is. Now, when I got on the call with this person, because it was a referral, they booked a call right away. And when I got on the call with them, I was shocked, because I was like, I am not about to promote half-naked chicks online for lingerie brand. So simply put, I simply had to decline this person, right? I declined them. I get to choose who I want to work with. We have the luxury of doing that. And really, the only thing that makes this business halal is you get to choose who you want to work with. You're not in a corporation or at a job where you're forced to do certain things. It's your business, you are the boss, and you get to choose who you want to work with. So as long as you are working with people who actually make an impact, right? People that actually sell things that are not prohibited in Islam, like the example of the lingerie brand, you are in the clear. The second thing is services, not products. So unlike dropshipping, where you're selling products that we can't ensure are going to be as advertised, we specifically work with brands that already have established product and own their own inventory. And this essentially, we essentially just help them get their product over to the masses. So for those of you guys that don't know, I used to run a dropshipping store. And when I was running my dropshipping store, I was actually selling abayat, right? Had a manufacturer in China, and I would simply sell these abayat, which is Islamic clothing for women. And honestly, I had some gals rather, that would message us and tell us, hey, I didn't get the same color abaya. Someone would say, hey, the material is bad. The stuff on the abaya has fallen off. The quality is horrible. Now, that's not something that I can control, right? Because I don't even see the product. It is something that is being shipped directly from someone all across the world in China. One sister actually got a dog chain instead of the abaya that she ordered. So unlike dropshipping, where you cannot control the actual product and the quality and how it's going to get to the end consumer who paid you for that product, with this, when you're working with customers, they most likely have their own inventory and they can actually control that versus selling products that they never have seen, or that they don't understand or don't know exactly what is actually going to the exact customer. The next thing is that we actually make an impact. Now, I work specifically with Arabs and Muslim e-commerce and information product brands. And as a result of my services, who essentially are Muslims, my clients who are Muslims have been able to provide for their family due to the increase of revenue correlated from my services, while at the same time been able to make an impact on other Muslims due to my services. So again, I work with e-commerce and information product brands. And because I work with these people, their end consumers are Muslims and Arabs. And we only work with brands that actually make an impact, whether that's sister that sells modest fashion clothing, which empowers Muslim women to actually cover themselves, whether that's a brother that teaches people how to read the Quran with proper tajweed, whether that's a brother that teaches people how to get fit spiritually, mentally, and physically, whether that's another brother that teaches people how to get their health in check, another sister that teaches people Arabic. We work with brands that are Muslim owned, and they work with other Muslims. Whether they're selling a product or a service, because of our services, we are not only able to help our client by helping them generate more revenue to put food on the table and take care of their family, but we're also helping their end consumers, right? And empowering them to do the thing that they're supposed to do, whether that's learning Arabic, taking care of your health, dressing up modestly, right? Here are some actual examples, okay? So take Zad Institute, for example. Zad Institute is a brother that teaches people how to read the Quran with proper tajweed. Well, because of my services, he's been able to make a full-time income. He's been able to make a full-time income from working, from doing the very thing that he's good at. The 10 years of studying that he spent in Azhar, he's able to put it into use and actually make money from it. He's been able to impact more people than those inside his local community. Before working with him, he was only working with people in his community, right? People in his local masjid. He teaches at a mosque, right? But because of our services, he's been able to reach people worldwide, literally all over the world, thousands of people. And that was a direct correlation to our services. And honestly, at this point, he's helped thousands of people worldwide not only be able to read Arabic, but also read the Quran with proper tajweed. What I mean here is we're actually making an impact. In the case of Zad Institute, not only are we helping him make an impact by generating more revenue for his business so that he can focus on that very thing, which is his calling, being a teacher and teaching people how to read the Quran with proper tajweed, but we're also impacting thousands of people all around the world to be able to read the Quran the way it was intended. Now, let's take another example at Champion Method and really show you what I mean when I say we help others make an impact. Well, in the case of Champion Method, this is a Muslim brother from Palestine, and what he does is he teaches people how to get fit mentally, but also spiritually. So he's been able to quit his job as a personal trainer and make a full-time income for many years now. Rather than going to a gym and teaching people in person and only making money from that one individual, he's been able to make a full-time income and essentially help everyone worldwide, help many Muslims worldwide. Because of that, he's been able to move to Jordan and get married. A few years back, he went to Jordan, got married, and didn't have to be at a specific location to earn an income because he makes all of his income online. And lastly, he's literally helped over 10,000 Muslims, men, get fit spiritually and physically, right? That is actually making an impact. You see, we're not just selling dog chains or selling dog toys or selling, this whatever thing via the dropshipping model. We're actually helping real people that have real products and services that actually impact others. And in my case, working specifically with Arabs and Muslims, there's nothing more fulfilling than that, right? Being able to not only help Muslims, but also help their clients change for the better. So again, to reiterate, I choose who I want to work with, okay? Like the example I gave you with the lingerie brand who approach us and we respectfully had to decline them because they don't align with our values as a Muslim. So we simply just said, hey, I'm sorry, we can't work with you for XYZ reason. And unlike dropshipping, where you sell products that you can't ensure are going to be as advertised, we work specifically with brands that are well established and help them get their product and services to the masses. Now, I just have to say, this doesn't necessarily have to apply with Muslim-owned businesses. I'm giving you guys these examples because that's exactly the type of people that I've been working with since 2018, Arab/Muslim e-commerce and information product brands. We have brothers in our community who are working with local businesses that are not Arabs or that are not Muslims. So you don't necessarily have to apply this to Arabs and Muslims. I'm giving you guys my example, which is really the point of this video. So that's what makes this business halal. I hope that kind of gets the point across. Now let's talk about the exact business model, okay, as a growth partner. So as a marketing agency, in this case a growth partner, we help businesses, in my case Arab and Muslim brands, generate more leads and sales through social media and more, which we'll get to in a little bit. We get paid for our experience in doing this, and in return, our clients pay us anywhere from $2,500 all the way to $3,500 flat fee plus a percentage of revenue, anywhere from 5 to 10%. Now, the cool part about this is that we can hire a team to delegate the services to, while we focus specifically on sales and operations. More information on this linked in the bio, and you can start this business today to get to 10K within 90 days. If you want to learn how to get to 10K within 90 days, there's going to be a link in the description where I literally break down a almost 2-hour video showing you step by step on exactly how you can go ahead and do the same. So that's really the whole business model, okay? We help businesses, right, generate more sales and leads through social media. Now, as a growth partner, you're not just running ads for them, right? You're helping them with anything and everything they need. You are a strategic partner, which we're actually going to get to in a little bit. But in a nutshell, that's the business, right? You help other businesses generate more leads and sales through social media. And because of your expertise in doing that, you go ahead and get paid a flat fee, and in this case, a percentage of the revenue. The cool part about this is you don't have to delegate the services yourself. And I actually do not recommend that you do the services yourself. Myself, who's been running an agency since 2018, I don't run my own ads or my clients' ads because as a business owner, it makes sense for me to focus on being a leader to my team and to my clients and manage the entire operations rather than sitting there and doing the nitty-gritty work. Now, this does not mean that I'm not in there and I'm keeping myself occupied and making sure that I know how the service delivery works. What it means is that as a business owner, you need to focus on the entire business, man the ship, rather than sitting there and doing the nitty-gritty details. Now, clients, again, can pay you up to $5,000 a month, and you pay your contractors anywhere from $300 to $500 if you follow the same exact growth partner model, which, again, there's going to be a link in the description if you want a detailed step-by-step video breaking that down. Now let's go over the types of clients that I work with. We already mentioned this, but to kind of reiterate, I work with e-commerce and information product brands. That is exactly the niche that I work with, e-commerce and information product brands. Now I work specifically with Arabs and Muslims. This does not mean that we haven't had non-Muslim clients previously. What this does mean is that we niche down, right? It's better to get very clear on exactly who you help. And for you guys, why did I choose Arabs and Muslims? Well, for a few reasons, right? I'm not going to sit here and, tell you I just want to impact Muslims worldwide, right? That is like my main goal. That is real. I do want to impact Muslims, but from a business perspective, it actually made a lot more sense for me to work specifically with Arabs and Muslims, because when I was starting out in 2018, there's so many people that are pitching e-commerce brands and information product brands. So what made me stand out? Well, I said, why don't I just go work with the people that already speak my language, have the same values, and have the same standards. And that was working directly with Arabs and Muslims. And that right there allowed me to differentiate myself from everyone else, because I got crystal clear on exactly who I want to help. So those are the two types of clients that I work with, e-commerce and information product brands. In the case of e-commerce, think about like modest fashion, brands that sell hijabs, abayat, so on and so forth. Apparel brands, for example, we had a client that was selling Palestinian style apparel, right? So apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, so on and so forth. And then direct to consumer brands, right? This could be really any type of service that direct to consumer. For example, we had a client that sells honey, right? Honey from Yemen, like high quality honey. That is a specific direct-to-consumer brand. They actually make the honey themselves and send that product to the actual consumers. In the case of information product, we work with Muslim coaches, Quran teachers, fitness trainers. Now let's go over a step-by-step process on exactly how we're able to do this as a growth partner, okay? This is exactly what I offer as a growth partner in my marketing agency. Now, this does not mean that you need to offer everything that's mentioned here. You can start essentially with paid ads and back-end infrastructures. When I started, I just started doing ads, and from there I progressed to actually offering other solutions for my clients. So again, the difference between a growth partner and your traditional SMMA is that with a traditional SMA, you're just offering social media ads, right? In the case of growth partner, we help our clients with everything, right? Which I'll get to here in a little bit. Now, if you are starting out, which we explain in the video link below, if you are someone that is starting out, you can start with paid ads, but then the back-end infrastructure as well. You don't need to offer anything and everything. I think those two things, paid ads and then the back-end infrastructure, such as email automations, workflow, so on and so forth, I think that is a great start. When I started, as I mentioned here, I was only doing paid ads, okay? So the first is paid ads. Now, we offer paid ads as media buying on all platforms for our clients. Now, this includes Meta, TikTok, Google, Pinterest, and even native banner ads, okay? So paid ads, essentially you run an ad on social media that targets a specific group of people that is looking for that specific product. So if we go ahead and open this up, in the case of Zad Institute, you can see here, this is my client right here, and he teaches people, again, how to read the Quran with proper tajweed. So what we do is we run these ads targeting most likely Muslims who are looking to learn the Quran, okay? And we have a piece of creative here, we have a call to action, and from here they can see this exact video and this exact copy. They can click learn more, go to a specific page where they can learn more. From there they book a call and actually end up joining the program. And the same thing applies when it comes to e-commerce brands. We would have a product, we would run ads to this specific product. From there, people see the product and then they have the option to actually go ahead and buy. That's the first thing, paid ads. The next thing is going to be funnel and CRO. So for our e-commerce clients, we offer CRO, conversion rate optimization. For our information product clients, we actually offer funnel build out, including design and automation. Now, in the case of e-commerce, when you go to a product page, there are certain things that you need to optimize to actually give people the highest likelihood of actually buying. Whether that's great product images, whether that's a aesthetic that actually looks appealing. You also want to go ahead and increase the lifetime value, right? Or the order value. So there you could do a few things to get people to add more things to a cart. So CRO essentially is just conversion rate optimization, which is optimizing our e-commerce client's website to give them a higher likelihood of having a higher order value and essentially having a great customer experience. Now, in the case of our information product clients, they don't need a product page to sell a product, right? Rather, it is more so of a funnel to get them to book a call because they are selling high ticket. So for example, if we take a look at Zad Institute, you can see here, this is the landing page that, again, as a growth partner, we build out for them from A to Z. We have a headline here, we have a video here, a VSL, which, by the way, we go ahead and script as well. We have a call to action here, and then here we go over the program. So as you can see here, this is month 1 through month 3, everything that they get within month 1 through month 3. And then they have a comprehensive 6-month Tajweed program. So we go ahead and outline that here, breaking it down month by month so that they can see exactly what they are going to get. We have another call to action here. From here, you have some before and afters, which are actually really great pieces of sales assets. This brother in particular, within like 3 months, he went from not being able to identify a letter in Arabic to being able to read the Quran. So such amazing before and afters. And we want to highlight that here because understand the people that are coming to this page are Muslims who are looking to be able to read the Quran. So when they can see other people doing this in such a short period of time, it gives our client a higher likelihood of them booking a call and eventually buying the product. So we have that here, and then here you just have a button where they can go ahead and actually go ahead and book a call. So that is the funnel in this CRO. Again, conversion rate optimization. In the case of our e-commerce, we help them increase a bunch of things on their website, order value, but then also great customer experience. In the case of our information product clients, we go ahead and help them build out the funnel, including the back-end automations, which I didn't even touch on, but it's a whole different story for itself. Next is VSL scripting. So again, what I'm sharing with you guys here is the step-by-step process that I use as a growth partner. You see, this is not your typical marketing agency, right? We're not just running paid ads. We are a strategic partner to our clients. We're helping them with everything that they need to actually go ahead and scale their business. Now, when it comes to VSL scripting, because they have a high ticket, usually a product that's anywhere from $3,000 to $25,000, they need to have compelling video sales letters to be able to articulate the services and the value, their value proposition. So what we do here is we help them script out their VSL, and we script out this entire thing for them and consult them on how to go ahead and record it, but then we also edit it for them. Okay, so as you can see, as a growth partner, we're doing everything for them. In a case of VSL scripting, because they have a high ticket product, anywhere from $3,000 to $25,000, they need to have a compelling reason why someone should book a call to even consider spending that much money on their product. Once it's recorded, we go ahead and get that edited for them. I hope this is making sense for you guys. You guys can see here why a business is willing to pay $3,000 to $25,000 a month for these services is because you're helping them with everything that they need. And really, when it comes to like the people that are paying over 5K, it's rev share. It's a percentage of the revenue. So we're able to come in and take a percentage of revenue as a growth partner versus just a flat fee. So the next thing is creative guidance. So for both e-commerce clients and information product clients, they need our assistance when it comes to creating captivating creatives. And since this is one of the biggest lever that you can pull in advertising, we go ahead and make sure that we help them do that. Now, in the case of e-commerce clients, we help connect them with, let's say, influencers or UGC creators. We go ahead and help them find the UGC creators, from finding them all the way to editing the video for them. So here's an example of what this looks like for the e-commerce brand. So you can see here, this is the UGC brief. When it comes to e-commerce clients, they need to have UGC creatives. Putting up an image and hoping that that works is no longer, does no longer work. You need to have captivating creatives, as the targeting really is within the creative themselves. Now, some of these businesses, they don't know how to connect to these user creators. They don't know how to create a hook and a body and a call to action. They don't know how to create all these different variations with different hooks, different angles. So we take care of that for them. So this is a brief that you see here that we provide to UGC creators that we find on behalf of our clients. And we tell them exactly what it is that they need to record, right? So as you can see here, this is just a detailed brief that we provide to the UGC creators. They go ahead, follow this exact brief, and then go ahead and get it back to us. And then from there, we're able to go ahead and edit these videos. So that is for our e-commerce clients when it comes to the creative guidance. When it comes to the information product clients, we consult them on the types of ad creatives they need to record, along with scripting and editing these creatives for them. So for example, if we take a look at Brothers Ad Institute here, so we go ahead and show them exactly the kind of ads that they need to record. We give them examples, to scripting the ads for them, to making sure that they understand why we are recording these ads the way we are doing it. So as you can see here, this is just a framework that we would give them to follow. You can see here, this is the script number 1. We have the hook, we have the body, we add social proof, we have the call to action. We have another ad right here, hook, body, social proof, call to action. So we do all of this for our clients, from scripting the ads to editing it. All they really have to do is just click record like I am doing right now, record the video, give it back to us, and then we can handle that. Now, number 5, again, what we're going over now is step-by-step things that we do for our clients to get them to make sense of paying us this fee every single month. Program built out. So for our information product clients, we need to build out their entire program. So we help them build out their entire program. And as a growth partner, we help them with this as well. Although they are the experts and know exactly what it is that they are teaching, we assist them in positioning, articulating, and the technical aspect of things such as workflows, automations, editing the material, and hosting the program. In the case of Brothers Ad Institute, you can see right here, this is the community, okay? And he's great at what he does. He knows how to teach. Like, the guy spent 10 years in Azhar studying the Quran. He has a degree in Hadith and a degree in Quran, but he's never ran marketing before. He's never put together a program, and that's where we come in, right? From talking to him and understanding his goals and everything, we're able to put together a program like you see here that essentially can take someone from a beginner not knowing how to identify even a word in Arabic to, in a few months, being able to read the Quran properly, right? So this is the program built out that we mentioned here. Next is sales training. So sales is going to be one of the most important aspects of any successful business, especially for our information product clients. Most of our clients are not best at sales because they've never taken a sales call before. So we go ahead and help solve this for them. Especially because we charge them a percentage of the revenue, it is in our best interest to get our clients the best results possible, because how much they pay us is correlated to how much they get paid at the end of the month. So it's in our best interest to make our clients a bunch of money, because at the end of the month, we're going to be paid based on how much revenue that we're able to train them. And as you can imagine, sales is super, super important. So what do we do here? Well, in the case of the information product clients, we give them a script to follow, right? So they have an exact script that they need to follow to actually have a higher likelihood of actually closing deals. So there are 2 ways that we solve this. Number 1 is we train our clients, as I just mentioned, on how to conduct effective sales calls. We provide them training, we provide them the script. We also audit their calls to make sure that they understand that they are doing it right, or maybe show them what they are doing wrong. That's the first option. The second option is we hire and train salespeople and closers, placing someone who is a ninja at sales in their business. In the case of Brothers Ad Institute, for the first 6 months of running his business, he took all the sales calls. But very recently, we went ahead and hired someone in his agency where he doesn't have to focus on sales. Now he has someone. Well, this person, we not only found a person who already has sales background, but we also go ahead and train them even further on the program and also on sales. That way they can go ahead and crush it and actually sign people up for the program. So that is essentially like a step-by-step overview of the services that we offer as a growth partner for our clients, e-commerce and information product brands. And again, I hope at this point it's making sense for you guys as to how someone can make $3,000 all the way to $25,000 a month. Businesses can make sense of paying you $3,000 a month for these services. And then they can also make sense of paying you 5 to 10% because you are doing everything for them, right? Imagine these clients if they didn't have, for example, myself in the picture to help them with all this. They wouldn't have a business to begin with. So in their mind, it's like, it's okay if I give 10% to MJ if I am making $100,000 because otherwise I wouldn't be making this to begin with. Next is how you can get started as a marketing agency. So hope this video has been helpful. Now let's go over exactly how you can go ahead and get started with this. Now, if you want a detailed 1 hour and 45-minute step-by-step training, I recommend you check the video linked in the description where I go over this in more detail. This video specifically just walking you through step-by-step how to do everything that I mentioned in this video, as this video is just giving you an overview of how I've been able to do this. That video will show you step by step of everything that you need to do. But to provide you value in this video, as I promised, this is one of the things we'll go over. I'm going to go ahead and give you a brief overview of how you can get started on your own. There are 3 things that you really need to know, and they are as follows. Number 1 is you need to identify your niche and the problems and bottlenecks that the prospects have. In my case, I'm very niche down. I work with e-commerce and information product brands and also Arab/Muslims. So you got to get crystal clear on who you want to help. Do not be the guy that works with everyone and anyone. Be the guy that works with a specific group of people who have a specific problem. If God forbid, let's say you have cancer or you have a brain tumor, does it make sense to go to a doctor that specializes in that brain tumor or brain cancer or whatever the condition is? Or does it make sense to go to someone who's a general doctor? Probably the one who's specialized. So same idea here. You need to get crystal clear on who you are going to help and the problems that they face. That way you can be someone who specializes working with a specific group of people. That's the first thing you need to keep in mind. Second thing you need to keep in mind is that you need to use a contractor arbitrage to deliver the services so that you can ensure great results. Most likely you watching this video have never ran ads before, never did any of the things that I mentioned in this video, and that's fine. Even if you have, it's better to use a contractor arbitrage model, which essentially is delegating the services to someone else in your business while you focus on the entire operations as a whole. And if you want more information on the contractor arbitrage and what all that is, again, the 1 hour and 45-minute guide is going to be in the video, so please do check that out. Number 3 is implement any of the 5 client acquisition systems to go ahead and book meetings consistently and predictably. So in our consulting program, we go ahead and build out up to 5 client acquisition systems for the Muslim brothers in our program. This is cold calling, email marketing, LinkedIn prospecting, paid ads. We go ahead and implement these infrastructures in our client's business where all they got to do is simply go ahead and get on the sales call. Now, if you're not in the program, again, check the video that I just mentioned because in there I break down exactly how to do and implement any of these 5. But if you're someone who's like, dude, I just want this done for me, then there's going to also be a link in the description where you can book a call with myself, learn more about our mentorship program, where you and I are going to work one-on-one over Zoom. And not only am I going to help you build out your entire business infrastructure, but I'm also going to be there over Zoom to consult you on everything that you need. Now, going back to this part. Number 1, as we said, identify the niche and its problem. Now, in my case, I'm very specific with who I work with. This is going to be e-commerce and information product brands, more specifically Arabs and Muslims. Now, I work with Arabs and Muslims because for me, it's fulfilling, helping other Muslim brothers and sisters. But it's also, again, as I mentioned, it's a strategic business decision, right? I'm able to work with a specific group of people who have the same values of me, understand exactly where I'm coming from, and most likely speak the same language. This doesn't mean that you have to do the same. That said, I would recommend you, if you're just starting out, working with local businesses if you're starting out for the following reasons. Why work with local businesses versus e-commerce and information product brands? Well, number 1, they don't get pitched nearly as much as online businesses. In the case of online businesses, that's where they conduct their business. All their business is online. In the case, let's say you are in Toronto, your local chiropractor or local roofer or local real estate agent does not get pitched nearly as much as a business who conducts its operations 100% online. So that's the first reason. Number 2, it's typically easier to generate them results, right? In the case of e-commerce or even information product, you saw everything that we have to do for them, right? If you are doing lead generation for, let's say, your local contractor, the service delivery is significantly much easier and less of a headache. Number 3, it's easier to build rapport with them due to their proximity. So if you are someone, let's say again in Toronto, and you're calling your local real estate agent, how much more rapport will be built versus calling someone all the way across the world? It's simply just easier to build rapport because you guys are in the same city, same jurisdiction, or same county. So that is those 3 reasons. Now, you need to get crystal clear on exactly who you are going to be work with. Do not be a general doctor, be a heart surgeon. Right? Don't be the general doctor, be the heart surgeon that works specifically with people that have heart problems. Now, once you have identified who you want to work with, you need to identify what are the problems and bottlenecks they're facing. This is the reason they're going to be paying you thousands of dollars a month, and is to simply solve problems within their business. And if you can't deliver on these solutions, then they'll simply go to the next person who can. Again, there's going to be a video linked down below that shows you exactly how to identify the niche and the problems and the bottlenecks. Literally, it's a 10-minute exercise, which will identify exactly how, will show you exactly how to identify this. And it's a mixture of using a prompt, throwing it into ChatGPT, adding your niche, and that'll give you the exact detailed answers of the problems and bottlenecks that your niche specifically faces. Number 2, we said ensure great results using the contractor arbitrage model. So once you have identified the niche and the problems that your niche has, you need to ensure that you can deliver great results. Now, if you're a beginner, it would take you about 6 to 12 months to even get a detailed understanding of the services. In this case, let's say paid ads. Well, to bypass this time and actually master service delivery, the logical option here is to outsource that to someone else who has been doing this for many years and has generated millions of dollars in revenue. Okay, leverage labor, leverage other people's experience, leverage someone else's time. There are other people out there who have been doing this for many years, has generated millions of dollars, and you can literally tap into that by leveraging them, hiring them, and having them do the services while you focus on overall operations. Which, again, we just mentioned leverage. And leverage is essentially the use of something to maximize an advantage. This is not only to ensure that you can generate your clients great results, because that is literally the only reason why they're paying you, but it's also to free up your time to focus more on more important things as an agency owner, such as sales, operations, and then your day-to-day life, right? So how do you find top talent? So number 1, you can go ahead at onlinejobs.ph. I don't know why people keep these places like secret. I'm just giving it all to you guys. And again, the 1 hour, 45-minute video breaks all this down in more detail. But I've come across a lot of people who are like, I don't want to tell them exactly where to hire. In the video linked in the bio, not only am I going to share the places that I hire, but I'm going to show you step by step how to go ahead and qualify someone. That way you make sure that you're getting someone who actually understands what they are doing rather than just lying about themselves in their own resume. So onlinejobs.ph is a great site. This is a job board for people in the Philippines. You have Facebook groups. Facebook groups is a really great place to find talent. And then you have places like Fiverr and Upwork. I actually do not recommend Fiverr no more. I realized that it was an Israeli company. Try Upwork. But those two places are places where you can eventually find talent. Now, before you hire anyone, you need to make sure that they are who they say they are and that they can actually deliver results. You can do this by asking specific questions and conducting an interview with those who answer in the affirmative. And we have a full breakdown including questions to ask, again, linked in the video down below, the 1 hour, 45-minute video. Lastly, you have client acquisition. So now that you have identified the niche, the problems that they have, you've hired someone to ensure great results for your clients, you need to go ahead and get in front of your ideal customers and pitch them your services. Now, to do this, there are 5 client acquisition systems that you can implement. And in our mentorship program, we implement up to 5 client acquisition systems in our partners' agencies. If you're interested in learning more about that, book a call with myself. The point of this call is a demo call. I'm going to give you a detailed overview of exactly how we can go ahead and not only build this entire thing for you, but also consult you on exactly how to do this. So that's going to be linked in the description. But here are the 5 client acquisition systems. Number 1 is going to be paid ads. Here you're going to have a media buyer who will be running ads for you to get clients for your agency. They'll also run ads not only for yourself, but also for your clients. So paid ads, that's the first client acquisition system. You essentially are going to hire someone to run ads for your agency targeting your ideal customers. Number 2 is going to be email marketing. And over here, you can send anywhere from 500 to 1,500 emails a day targeting your ideal customer profile. Now, here's exactly what this translates to in terms of the cost in the software. For 1,500 emails, the first month it'll cost you about $468 and about $250 every month after that. And really, this is just for the software, right? So, for example, the domains, you can see here you have 17 domains, 50 different email accounts, right? So that's sending 500 to 1,500 emails a day. And the client acquisition system that you're going to use is going to be dependent on a couple of things. Number 1, it's going to be dependent on how much capital you have to invest. But then number 2 is going to be dependent on your niche. So maybe email marketing might work great for one niche versus another. Paid ads works great really for all the niches. Cold calling works with local businesses versus, let's say, e-commerce brands or information product brands. So really, you choosing what client acquisition system to move forward with is going to be dictated on those things, which is number 1, the amount of capital that you have to invest in client acquisition, but then number 2, the niche that you're working with. So that is email marketing. Next is going to be LinkedIn prospecting. Here you can send anywhere from 50 to 100 LinkedIn messages a day to your ideal customer profile. This usually works great with with your niche is like professionals such as CEOs and lawyers. Number 4, you have Instagram and Facebook DMs. Here you can send anywhere from 50 to 200 DMs a day to your ideal prospect. This works really great if your customers are active on social media. In my case with e-commerce, like it works really great because the first thing that e-commerce brands do is they actually secure their Instagram handle. So this works great for that. And next is going to be cold calling. This works great for local businesses. You can do anywhere from 50 to 200 calls a day. I recommend that you follow a proven script and get your calls tracked to make sure that you understand your metrics. And within our mentorship program, about a month ago, we launched our cold calling infrastructure where we have the infrastructure built out, but we have cold callers who do cold calling on your behalf, right? It is by far, we found the cheapest form of client acquisition. We've had brothers who are running ads for their agency, averaging about $100 to $200 per booked meeting. With the cold calling, it's $35. $35 for a qualified meeting booked. And that, again, is available to any of the brothers in our mentorship program. So conclusion, what is my conclusion? Well, if you're serious about making money online, I truly believe this is by far the best business model that you can get started with. Forget dropshipping, forget affiliate marketing, or any of these passive income ideas that you see these online gurus pitching. Your best guess is to build a legitimate business that has high profit margins, is beginner friendly, and will be able to set yourself and your family up for years to come. The great thing about this is that you can get started absolutely free. Okay, there are so many resources available online for you on YouTube, including on my channel. I have a 4.5 hour long video and a 1 hour 45-minute guide. All of these are free resources that I've given to you because I do not have a course to sell you. Rather, I sell mentorship. I sell done for you plus consulting. My hope with this free resource is that I provide it for you for free. You have a look at this video. Maybe you make some money. Maybe you don't. The point is you see this free value and then you're like, you know what? I want to join this guy's mentorship program so that I don't have to do this all by myself. So that I have someone that can help me over Zoom. That is my goal with this. So check out the channel. There's a bunch of videos on there, again, including 2 courses that go in detail for free. If you are someone who is not in a position to invest in mentorship, my advice is do not feel discouraged, right? Not all of us have disposable income to spend in mentorship or spend on courses. Luckily for you, you don't have to spend money on courses. You have my channel and other channels. There's really honestly a bunch of free resources where you can get started for free. You just have to build the skill of being resourceful, right? Piecing everything together. So I hope this video was helpful. Again, the point of this video was really to just show you guys exactly how I get clients to pay me anywhere from $3,000 to $20,000 a month for my services. And I wanted to make this video to differentiate myself from all of these other online gurus who are pitching the services, showing you these screenshots, and really they're making most of their money from teaching other people in the form of courses, the very thing that they're not doing. So I hope this video was helpful. Hope this clarified any misconceptions that you might have. And I hope that you understand that before I started even thinking about teaching this, I have been doing this for many years. And now I basically took everything that I've learned since 2018 and put it together in a mentorship program done for you where we build out your entire business infrastructure, but then also consult you over Zoom. If you want to learn more about that, you can book a demo call with myself where I'm going to dive into the program in more detail, see if you're a good fit, and if you are, we'll get you started, and if you're not, that's totally fine. With that said, I hope this video was helpful, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.